If I say the Philippines shocked me, it really did. And these are some of the things. Everybody was so fascinated about my skin color. Some were even calling me goddess, Barbie. They classified Catholic as different from Christianity. They add rice literally to everything. 7,000 plus islands in the Philippines. Philippines was giving an African vibe. Hello guys, I'm EfyaKimora, a travel creator from Ghana, Africa, and if you're out here, I really appreciate you for coming back always. If you've been with me since my Asia trip, I appreciate you so much. But if today is your first time clicking on my video, I'm glad you found my channel, but please don't forget to subscribe and then turn on your notification bell for more of such interesting travel and educative content. In this video, I would like to share with you some of the things that shocked me, like some culture shocks, some of the things that it was my first time, some of the things that it was really surprising to me that I saw in the Philippines. And let's get right into the video. Let's go through it one after the other. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of them, and we are going to take it one after the other. My first entry to the Philippines was Cebu. I didn't fly from Ghana straight to the Philippines. I visited 2 countries in Asia, that was Singapore and then Philippines. And Cebu was my first entry point. The moment I landed and I entered the city of Cebu, I was like, wow, this one looks different. Yes, it looked different from Singapore, because that was my first time traveling outside Africa and traveling to Asia, and Singapore was my first Asian country, and then Philippines. So I was thinking they're going to have some kind of vibe, right? But it was totally different. What I saw, Philippines was giving an African vibe. Okay, in one of my videos, I titled it, or I made mention, the Philippines really looks like Africa. And the Philippines were like, no, the Philippines is not like Africa. Africa is poor. Africa is this. Africa don't have skyscrapers. Africa do not do this. Africa do not do that. Yes, that's your own point of view. And from my point of view, visiting 17 African countries. Africa is not just one country. Africa is a continent. And I have visited 17 of them. And the vibe the Philippines was giving me was like Africa. And when I say Africa, I do not mean a particular country. Africa is kind of related in so many ways. And the Philippines was given that same kind of vibe. The environment, that tall buildings, you say it's not, there are tall buildings in some countries or some cities in Africa, and the environment, what do you call it, you see rubbish on the road. In Africa, you can find same, the way the people are so lively, like they would like to know you, they are so curious, like they would like to, you see that. But when I was in Singapore, it's kind of a well-developed that people don't really care, although they will just look at you, but they don't really care. They are not that curious, wanting to know you. Africans are very curious. They always want to know what's this. When they see white people or white person, they'll be like, whoa, we call it white person in Ghana Obreeding. And I know in so many African countries, they have their own way of calling white people. Exactly when I was in the Philippines, it was given that same vibe. Like they are so curious. Like they were so fascinated, about especially my skin color, and like me being different. Yes, I was totally different, and I barely saw black people over there. If I'm not exaggerating, I would say when I was there, I was the only black person, like the only black person from Africa, because I saw some black persons from India. Yes, so like Africa, most especially in places or area that I will find myself, I will be like so different, so special from the others. And the Philippines are always like, they want to know me, and most of them want to approach me. They don't want to, like, they are kind of, they don't know how I'm going to react to them. But those who are able to approach me and be like, can you take a photo, can you do this, are so nice. Right, guys, everyone was like, hey, how are you, hey, where are you from? I say Africa, then they say Africa. So when we are able to connect, then they'll be like, "Oh wow, Africa, your skin, your hair." I did braids, so they'll be like, "Your hair." Some will be like, "This is my first time seeing braids." Like they are also surprised of like seeing me, although they've seen black people, but sometimes they don't even come that close. Even if they do come close, some it's once in a while. So anything that you experience it once in a while, you just feel like, whoa, what is this? This is so good. This is so beautiful. My first time, you're so fascinated about that kind of thing, right? Yeah. So exactly what was happening. My point that I say the Philippines really look like Africa. It's exactly what the same thing. The environment, how you see people selling on the streets and all that. In a country in Africa called Rwanda was giving Singapore vibe. When I was in Singapore, I was like, whoa, this country is giving a Rwanda vibe. Why? Because they were having so many things in common, so clean, the people are so law abiding and all that. So when I say Philippines looks like Africa, I'm not comparing it to just one country, but rather like different kinds of cities in Africa. So the next point was, yeah, it's like I've already mixed it with the first point when I say the Philippines looks like Africa. Everybody was so fascinated about my skin color, like black, like they saw me to be different. Some were even calling me goddess, Barbie, like a whole lot of. And I was like, well, if you're in Ghana, this kind of skin color, they've been seeing it all the time, and they even call us like black, 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 like you guys get it. Yeah. So people in Africa or in Ghana, they are fascinated about white skinned people. That's the white people. The same way when I was there, I was so different, and people were also fascinated about my skin color. The girl who took the pictures was like, "Do you know what these people are saying? They keep saying you're a goddess, you're a goddess." Do I? So the reason why I'm adding this as a shock to me, because I was really shocked. I didn't know people were going to react that way to me seeing my skin color, because that was my first time. I didn't know people were going to be so fascinated, like, whoa, your skin color is so different. We would like to know, we would like to come closer to you. Oh, you look like a Barbie, and then even calling me like a Barbie, like a goddess. I was like, whoa, this is really surprising and shocking at the same time. When I was going to the Philippines, I knew the Philippines is like an archipelago, like so many islands, and I didn't know it's having over 7,000 islands. Whoa, 7,000 plus islands in the Philippines, and I visited three of them in like four cities or five cities. So one of the airline can go to like two cities or something like that. And you would have to fly or you go by water. And it's like all the islands, or like the two or the islands I visited, were having airports. And some of the islands have two, because Palawan is having airports in El Nido, and also in Puerto Princesa is having an island. Cebu was having, sorry, it's having an airport. Cebu was having an airport, and then Coron, I transited through Coron. Coron too was having an Buswanga was having an airport. Like over these so many islands, and most of the islands are having airports. That means it's really developing. You guys get it? Like even as small as the island, they're having airports that you can just fly from one to other. It was so good. Like it was like, this is good. This is really really good. I didn't know the Philippines are rice lovers. They do love rice so much. They add rice literally to everything. They are so fan of rice, and the way they eat their rice with their hand, like they eat rice with their hands. Some people, when you eat rice with your hand, they'll be like, oh, the Philippines eats. That's what I say. The Philippines is giving African vibe, and you guys are angry with me. Don't be angry with me, because so many things are like the way we do our things in Africa, in Ghana. You guys get it? Yes. They add rice. I went to buy McDonald's, and they added rice to KFC. They add rice. They call something jalabi or something like that. They add rice. And you can see someone eating rice. I ate rice so many times. In almost all their food, they add rice to it. So I met this Filipina girl, and she was like, they can eat rice as snacks, as supper, as breakfast, as whatever. They can eat rice every day. They can do so many things with rice. That means the Philippines love rice so much. So some of their pronunciations are so different. They they kind of speak a language called Tagalog. Like I think that one is the most popular. They have so many ethnic languages. I think the Tagalog is kind of popular. And I think it's they say that kind of language like influence their pronunciation. So when you say F, like they pronounce F as P. So they will say pipi, pipi po, aprika. I was like, my first time hearing that, I was thinking it's that particular person, and it kept on going, going. Everyone was saying pipi po, pipe. What is wrong? So I was like, oh, I came to realize that that's how they say it. I don't know why they say aprika. They say they are FP, aprika. And someone confirmed that, oh, because of their accent and how they pronounce some of their things in the local language, it's sometimes like that kind of thing transfers to the way they speak English, and so many. That's why they spell their Philippines F. Africa. They say, where are you from? I say, I'm from Ghana. Africa, they will say Africa. Wow. So, this point, I would say I was kind of shocked. When I was going to Asia, I didn't know how I was going to fit in because I knew all the Asian countries, their colors are different from ours. Even though they say they don't call them white people, I don't know, but we will say white. Even we African Americans, anybody with like a fair color skin, we say white or like something like that. So I didn't know how I was going to fit in with this kind of skin color, very dark and all that. But when I went to the Philippines, let me focus on the Philippines. In the Philippines, they were so kind and lovely, most especially to me. They were so friendly. Anybody that I come in contact with will react to me so nicely. When I need help, the person will be there, like will assist me in so many things. And I wasn't really shy. I would just when I need help, I'll just go like that and then go and ask. And the moment you're able to approach them, they are always and never ready to help. I met so many Philippines and Filipinos, Filipino. The lady is called Filipina and the male is called Filipino. But in plural, they'll say Filipinos. You get it? Yeah, I've learned something. We've learned something right now today. Yeah, they were so kind, lovely, and friendly to me. Yes. And I was like, wow, this is so nice. Singapore's currency is kind of competing with the US dollar, but the Philippines currency, no. One Ghanaian cedis, that is Ghana currency, is equal to 5 Filipino peso and coins and 50 coins, something like that. So I think things were kind of affordable in the Philippines as compared to Ghana. Yes, things in the Philippines were kind of affordable compared to Ghana. I made mention the Philippines are so religious. Yes, they are religious. But what's shocking about this religious thing? So, when I went to Manila or even on the islands, I saw so many Catholic things. They are so much into the Roman Catholic Church. Catholic, Roman, yeah, that kind of anyway how you pronounce it especially on Sunday when I was there, like everywhere was quiet, but most of the shops were closed and they've gone to worship. I went to Manila and I saw so many Roman churches, or let me say temple, or like let me say that way church or something, because they're so big, old, ancient and all that. So I asked one Filipina, like I had to ask. I was like, oh, the Philippines are so religious. He said yes. And I said, how many religion do you have here in the Philippines? And he made mention of Christian, Catholic. And I was like, what? Catholic is different from Christian. That is a shock to me. And she was like, yes, Catholic in the Philippines, they classified Catholic as different from uh, Christianity. I don't know, because they say the Catholic mostly believe in praying or worshiping or like communicating through statues. Like they are so much into statue, and she gets it. And I asked him to differentiate between the and also the difference between the Christians, and he says the Christians mostly believe praying through like the Holy Spirit, like you just bow, you talk, you know that there's a spiritual being that is answering all your or you're communicating to, you don't pray through anyone. But the Catholic, they pray to statues, Mary, statues of Jesus and all that. That's okay. We in Ghana, we do not classify, we do not say Catholic is a different thing and the Christian, the Methodist and the Orthodox churches too are different. They are all Christians. Then we go to another religion, which is tradition and Muslim, and then the others. Do you guys? So Catholic being different from Christian. And even in one of my comment sections, I was surprised someone saying they have Catholic and Christian. I was like, oh, that's really true. What the lady told me is really true. They have difference between Catholic and Christianity. Isn't that shocking? There was so much more, but I would say these are some of the things that really shocked me in the Philippines. If you have any, and if you are from the Philippines here watching me right now, you can leave a comment in the comment section below. Also clarifying some things, adding some points to it in the comment section. I would really appreciate that. And I would like to take this opportunity to say a very big thanks to the Philippines for having me in their country, for treating me so nice, and for you watching. If it's your first time, thank you for coming. And for you that you've been with me throughout this journey, I love you so, so much. And I appreciate your time, your efforts, your everything supporting me up to this far. I love you all. My channel membership is open. You can join to support my travel journey, my travel career, in order so we can do more, so we can explore the world together through my lens. I appreciate you all. See you in my next video. Until meet again. Bye.